các bạn, mình là Thu Anh, giáo viên tại IELTS LangGo và hôm nay mình sẽ tổng hợp 15 đề IELTS Speaking Part 1 quen thuộc trong quý 4 năm 2023. Cùng bắt đầu nhé!
Do you like traveling?
Yeah, I would say that I am quite an avid traveler. I often go here and there whenever I have the chance to explore the world.
How often do you go traveling?
Personally, I go traveling a lot, and I often go traveling in my free time. So, for example, when I am not at university or when I do not need to work, I would definitely choose to travel.
Where do you usually travel?
Well, I often go to foreign countries. Yeah, I love traveling overseas. Like, I am fanatic about it. And I also love exploring the different and exotic cuisines that are in different countries.
How do you feel when you are traveling?
Well, I would say that I feel alive. I feel like I'm reinvigorated and also I feel energized.
How do you go to work or school?
Well, I usually commute to work by motorbike. That is also the most common means of transport that I choose for myself.
What's the most popular means of transportation in your hometown?
I believe that in Vietnam, the most popular one would be like the motorbike and also car, because it's like private vehicles are much more convenient than public transport, and therefore I believe that Vietnamese people tend to prioritize their convenience.
How far is it from your home to work or school?
Not quite far, actually. I believe that it's only around 4 kilometers, and it's very convenient for me to travel from my home to like my company or my university.
Do you think people will drive more in the future?
Yes, absolutely, because I believe that driving, especially by car, offers the most, like, the absolute most convenience for people nowadays. So definitely, I think it will be dominant in the future.
Do you go running a lot?
I would say no, because, well, I consider myself to be a little bit of a couch potato. And I'm not really keen on exercising, let alone running.
Where do you usually go running?
Well, like I said, I don't go running a lot, but if I have the chance, I would probably go to the park, because in public spaces, especially green spaces like parks, I can actually immerse myself in the nature. And running in parks is actually very comfortable for me.
When was the last time you went running?
If my memory serves me right, it's probably around a week ago. Yeah, I was free at that time. I had all my exams done and I just wanted to refresh my mind, take my mind off work, and that's why I decided to go for a short run.
What do you think of running as a sport?
To be honest, running is very beneficial. I believe that it not only helps you with your physical health, but also your mental health. It can really boost one's stamina and also relieves stress.
Do you like chatting with friends?
Yes, absolutely. And I think that chatting is the most basic way to connect with friends. So I chat with them on a daily basis.
What do you usually chat about with friends?
I think we talk and chat about numerous topics. But the most common one, I believe, is movies. So I am like a big and a huge fan of movies, and therefore I often sort of have conversations about films, about how crazy I am about, some actors with my friends.
Do you prefer to chat with a group of people or with only one friend?
I am quite the extrovert, so I would say that I prefer to talk in a group of people. However, in other cases, when I want to share deep thoughts and I want to explore and sort of know more about a person, I would definitely talk to just one person so that I can truly connect with that one.
Do you prefer to communicate face-to-face or via social media?
Definitely face-to-face. For me, speaking directly to someone is the best way to connect with that person. And social media is just, it's also okay, but it's definitely not as effective as like speaking in person.
Do you argue with friends?
Sometimes, maybe. Arguing, I think, is actually an essential part. Like, it's inevitable. And sometimes arguing is not that bad. So, yeah, I often find myself in quarrels with my friends, but they don't happen that often. And I think that they also, like, arguments also help me to strengthen my relationship with my friends even more.
Do you usually help people around you?
Well, it depends, but I guess I often lend other people a hand when I can. So there are times when I'm not really available and I don't want to be involved too much in other people's business. So I don't help them a lot, but there are times when I still spend some of my time to assist others.
How do you help people around you, such as neighbors, family, or friends?
How do I help? As in the method, the means, etc. I think that I often try to give them like advice. So if somebody were to seek my help, asking me what to do, what to say, I would definitely offer them what I can.
Do your parents teach you how to help others?
Do they? Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think that my parents, my mom and my dad, they have assisted me a lot in letting me know what is right, what is wrong, should I help others or not. And I believe that I have recognized a lot of the values gained from helping others. Yeah, and my mom and dad, I think they have done a really great job in educating their own daughter.
Did your parents help you a lot when you were young?
Definitely, yeah. My parents, they have always been there for me. So they are the people who I trust and they love me regardless of like what I do. So basically, they're a family. And I think that without my parents, I wouldn't have become the version of me to today.
What have you done to help the elderly?
I would say that for the senior citizens, I often assist them when possible. So, for example, when the elderly they have to cross the streets, but it's kind of difficult for them to do so, I help them. Yeah, I believe in doing good deeds every day, and the elderly need our help because we are young, we are stronger, and so if I can assist them in terms of mental health or physical health, I would definitely do so.
Is fishing popular in your country?
I'm not too sure about this. I'm gonna say no because, well, the people that I know are mainly urban dwellers, so fishing is not really common in like cities. They're more common in countrysides.
Do you like eating fish?
Sometimes, mostly no. I don't know. I mean, I don't really like fish is not my cup of tea, and I would personally opt for meat, not fish.
Have you ever been to a place where there are lots of fish around you?
Yeah, I have been. I went to an aquarium once in Nha Trang, Vietnam, and there was like a variety of species, yeah, of fish. I was like very astonished at the beauty of such a variety, and yeah, those are probably the places that I see a lot of fish in the aquariums.
Have you seen any movies with lots of fish?
I'm thinking of Mermaid, yeah, Ariel, yeah, the Mermaid, or Aquaman. That could be films that have a lot of fish, a lot of turtles and water and the ocean, yeah, and so on.
Do you often use maps?
Not really. Ah, wait, I do, but not like printed maps. I often use maps on my phone. So like online maps, Google Maps, yeah, on my smartphone. Every time I go outside, I need to navigate. I often use my maps.
Do you use paper maps?
Yeah, I just mentioned I don't use printed or paper maps at all because nowadays it's all in the smartphone, and therefore it's very convenient for me to look up any address and follow the directions. So I don't need paper maps.
How often do you use maps on your phone?
I would say like many times a week, because I have to go to many different places at different time zones. Yeah, so I often and I'm not really good at, navigating the roads. So I often require the assistance of online maps.
Do you have maps at home?
Yeah, no. If you're talking about paper maps, then definitely no. But if you're talking about maps on my phone, then yes, I have them on my phone.
What kind of clothes do you like to wear?
I tend to wear casual clothes. Despite the time, aside from the time that I spend in my company where I put on formal clothes, I often just prefer the ones the comfortable clothes. So for example, maybe t-shirts or sometimes pajamas.
Do you prefer to wear comfortable and casual clothes or smart clothes?
Yeah, like I mentioned in the previous one, I prefer casual clothes because I prioritize my comfort. Wherever I go, I want to be in the most comfortable position as possible.
Do you like wearing t-shirts?
Definitely, they're my favorite. T-shirts are they're very cool, and you don't feel I don't know about you, but there are some clothes that make me feel a bit trapped. So they're kind of thick, they're kind of itchy, but with t-shirts, they're never like that, and they're really, really comfortable.
Do you spend a lot of time choosing clothes?
As a woman, I'm gonna nod to that. I'm gonna agree that I spend a huge amount of time. And I believe that this is not just me. Okay, so me as a girl, I often put a huge emphasis on my appearance, on how I look, whether I look beautiful or not. And therefore, I spend maybe a couple of hours, maybe half a day. Yeah, it can also be half a day to pick the most suitable and appropriate outfit.